WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Department has identified the body of a man discovered Wednesday in the Big Black River.
Sheriff Jeff Tompkins says the victim is 53-year-old Jimmy Threadgill. He tells WCBI investigators are treating this death as a homicide. Coroner Alan Pratt says the body was found in the Big Black River. Now, Pratt says they were called out to that area just after 1:30 Thursday afternoon or Wednesday afternoon. Pratt says the body has been sent to the state crime lab in Pearl for an autopsy. Multiple agencies were on the scene to help pull the body from the water. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation and the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department are investigating the case.
And as we just told you, multiple folks there in Montgomery County trying to solve this homicide tonight. Investigators
want to know what happened to him and how he ended up in the river. Our Stephanie Poole joins us in the studio now with more on this developing story. Stephanie.
That's right. It's only the second day on the case, and deputies are getting closer to piecing this puzzle together. I met with the Montgomery County Sheriff to get more on the story.
We're working as hard as we can and doing the best that we can to get this case closed.
On Wednesday, Montgomery County Sheriff Jeff Tompkins learned about a body that was found in the Big Black River Canal near Stewart.
Fishermen discovered the body and then called the 911. We got there, I don't know, probably around 1:30, 2 o'clock. The body was in the river.
Law enforcement pulled out 53-year-old Jimmy Threadgill from the water. It's not clear what led to Threadgill's death. That's why the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department is teaming up with area agencies to help crack the case.
We got the coroner and Choctaw County Sheriff's Department come over and assist us. It's good to work with as many agencies as possible because different agencies, first of all, they know different people. You know, they got different contacts. They got, you know, different resources that we can use. Anytime any of us can work together, it just makes things work smoothly and quicker.
Mississippi Bureau of Investigation will also help. Tompkins believes it will bring his department one step closer, finding clues and a possible witness.
The sooner we can find out, the less alibis, the less excuses, you know, the sooner we can get on it, the quicker we can find out the real answers.
And it will not only bring justice, it will give peace to Threadgill's family and friends during this horrific nightmare.
Well, we want to do something as quick as possible. You know, we want the family to get some closure on this.
If you have any additional information, please contact the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department. We'll have more information as it's released.
Bond is denied for a Belden teenager facing a murder charge. Jacoby O'Neill made his initial court appearance today. The 19-year-old is charged with second-degree murder in a shooting that happened Tuesday night in Tupelo. 17-year-old Tiara Dancer was found dead of a gunshot wound in the 3000 block of Meadow Drive. An unidentified 18-year-old man was also taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. He's been released from the hospital. O'Neill remains in the Lee County Jail. Dancer's body was sent for an autopsy.
Columbus police continue to investigate two shootings that happened less than an hour apart. Police Chief Fred Shelton says the shootings are believed to be related. It was just after 6:30 when officers were called to the 400 block of Forest Boulevard. After those shots were fired into an apartment, no one was injured in that shooting. Less than an hour later, though, police say a person was shot outside a home in the 1800 block of Waterworks Road. Fred Shelton says it appears the victim has non-life-threatening injuries. If you have any information on either of these shootings, contact Crime Stoppers, and remember, you can report information anonymously.
Louisville police make an arrest in a Wednesday night shooting. 44-year-old Norquita Terry is charged with accessory after the fact. Louisville Police Chief Sean Holderness says investigators are still looking for two other suspects. The shooting happened at a home on North Street. Holderness sent us these photos. You can see the damage after several shots were fired at the house. The bullets pierced through multiple windows and even a TV inside that home. Thankfully, no one was hit.
A Mississippi man on the U.S. Marshals Most Wanted list is back in custody after he was arrested in Oklahoma. Pushmataha County, Oklahoma Sheriff B.J. Hedgecock says Jacob Scott was working at a hardware store in the town of Antlers under an alias. Scott faces a 14-count indictment charging him with sexual battery and exploitation of a child. Investigators say Scott is accused of faking his own death in an attempt to avoid jail time for allegedly raping a teenage girl. In July of 2018, Scott was out on bond. He failed to show up for a court hearing when investigators found his abandoned small boat off the coast of Orange Beach, Alabama. His body was never found, and investigators say he withdrew $45,000 before he disappeared. Sheriff Hedgecock says a tip to the sheriff's office led to Scott's arrest.
A little bit of daylight still left on the western horizon. Temperatures are cooling down. We've got some 40s and low 50s, but we will transition into the 40s later on this evening. And overall, a pretty quiet evening developing around here. Some of you are mostly clear. Some of you have some clouds. The clouds will fill back in for most of us here, if not all of us, by sunrise. And we are looking at temperatures as we wake up tomorrow morning around 40 degrees plus or minus. Clouds will fill back in, and we may see a few showers around for tomorrow morning and also during the afternoon too. Moisture pretty limited with this next system. We'll talk about all of this coming up.
Repairing potholes in the city of Columbus just got easier. City leaders say some new equipment will make sure those patches hold longer.
Always good news there. Our Bobby Martinez talks to city officials about the problem and a new service that lets you report a pothole right from the palm of your hand. He joins us live in the studio with more. Bobby.
Guys, the amount of damage a pothole can cost you in car repairs can leave a hole in your pocket. Officials in Columbus are aware of the amount of potholes in the city and say they've been doing all they can to make sure your drive is as smooth as possible.
Man, they are everywhere.
Keith Price is accustomed to dodging potholes in Columbus. Price says those holes in Columbus roads have been an issue for some time, and he hopes the city officials address this problem soon.
As long as they fix them, I'm okay with it. But until then, I haven't seen them do anything yet.
But Casey Bush, Public Works Director for the city of Columbus, says he is aware of the pothole issue and the city has a plan. Bush says they purchased a new machine that helps keep those potholes filled for a long period of time.
I'm so excited about our new machine, which is the high patch machine that we just purchased. That machine helps us out in the long run. When we do fix the potholes, it's a permanent fix.
Here's why.
In the past, the potholes, we were using a material called cold mix, and that cold mix, we would patch the pothole. Next good heavy rain, cars would hit that pothole and rain would get into that material. It would bring that pothole back.
In addition to the new machine, the city has launched a digital service to help you report a pothole in your area.
The service is called See, Click, Fix. You see a problem, you click on it with taking a picture, and then we go and fix it. And so it's a free service. It's available for your phone. It'll automatically tag on the map where the problem is, and it goes straight from your phone straight to Public Works.
The city of Columbus wants the public to remain patient through this whole process, as they say they are filling up to 15 potholes a day. Guys, back to you.
People in Mississippi can now try their luck at massive jackpots. Mega Millions and Powerball tickets went on sale in the Magnolia State today.
That's right. Gabby Easterwood from our sister station WXXV was on hand in Pass Christian this morning for the first ticket sales and brings us this story.
And today it begins.
The days of driving across state lines to get your Mega Millions and Powerball tickets are in the past.
They were saying approximately $70 million was going across the state line to Louisiana and other states where other people were driving to get lottery, Powerball tickets, and so now all that's staying here. It's a great day for Mississippi as well.
A truly monumental and exciting day for our state, and for Coast residents too, like Kelly Phillips, the first to buy at Keith's Superstore. He got one of each.
That's all you need is one, right? You need one to win, that's it. I hope I'm feeling lucky.
And Phillips wasn't the only one feeling the lotto fever. Philip Moran, the senator who wrote the bill to bring the lottery to the Magnolia State, bought 2 tickets himself.
These 2 tickets I bought, I hope they are the winning tickets. It's an absolute good thing for the state. To be the author of it, that's something that I'll always remember and cherish.
The first $80 million from the lottery will go to improve roads, bridges, and infrastructure. Then it will benefit education.
Just want to, tell everyone enjoy the time. Be able to buy your ticket at home and know that when you're doing that, the money stays at home, and that's so important.
And with every ticket bought came a different idea of how they would spend the big bucks if they walked away a winner.
Go see my daughter in Virginia.
I'd give it away.
I would give it away. I would save enough money to live for a few years and give it away.
Oh, a nice place, just a nice place to get out with my kids and stuff, you know, have a good time. Yes, good luck to me.
In Pass Christian, Gabby Easterwood, News 25.
Well, if you're looking for those lucky Powerball and Mega Millions numbers, you'll only find them on TV right here on WCBI. You'll see the winning numbers right here on WCBI every week just before our 10 o'clock newscast. Mega Millions will be selected every Tuesday and Friday. Powerball winners will be selected on Wednesday and Saturday. WCBI, we're the only station to carry the winning numbers in this region of the state. So if you're playing, you'll need to be watching live right here on WCBI for those winning numbers every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So starting tomorrow.
Yeah. Be tuning in.
Yeah.
Some ladies in Tupelo are putting the finishing touches on a big event there.
We take a look at the preparations when we come back.
All right, welcome back. Members of the Junior Auxiliary of Tupelo are gearing up for the group's annual fundraiser. Today, they met for the annual Associates Lunch. This event is an opportunity for members to get updates on the club's service projects. It's also a chance to sample the menu for the upcoming charity ball. JA members work throughout the year planning and organizing this annual event.
We do a clothes closet for the elementary schools where they can come in and receive clothes. We have a silent servings where we pack bags to go home with those kids on Fridays so they have food over the weekends.
Lots of work, but it's always fun to get in the kitchen with a lot of us women, and it's just a lot of fun to work together. It is a lot of work, but a lot of the community comes together for donations.
The 57th annual charity ball is February 21st. The theme for this year is Disco Revival. I love me some disco music to just sort of, yeah.
Got the spinning disco ball?
Yeah.
Throwback.
You ready, Keith?
I was born in the 70s. Does that count?
Then you're a disco dude. You are a disco dude.
Okay, I could fall into that trap. All right, we've had so much rain this month. How about the last day of the month with some showers? We do have some showers in the forecast. They're pretty light back to the west, and this system coming our way for tomorrow has limited moisture, but can't rule out a shower or two. We see in the 50s. The full forecast is next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Let's talk about the weekend. Your Saturday, probably mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the 50s. We'll get those clouds out of here just in time for Sunday. Look at that, 67 degrees, sunny and mild. A bit of a westerly or southwesterly wind with that sun should warm us up. Not too bad as we close out the weekend. Right now, a live view in Louisville, Mississippi. Looking back to the west, still a little bit of daylight there. 51 degrees. The wind is light as we do our little tour. 51 also in Columbus. Mainly clear conditions for you. Up in Tupelo, 50 degrees. Ooh, let's adjust that camera just a little bit. You know, the other day I was really short, and now I'm really tall. So it's really kind of interesting how things play out here. But weather-wise, we are looking at some quiet conditions across our region this evening. Let's pop on over to Vernon, Alabama. You can see we are at 52 degrees. All right, some clouds and some showers back to the southwest. Dare I come back out here? Ooh. Let's come back out. All right, we have some showers back to the west here. A lot of this moisture will be staying closer to the Gulf Coast. Let me show you that with Futurecast. You can see the better rain chances here later tonight and tomorrow morning, closer to the coast. We do suspect there will be some showers around here during the course of the morning, maybe even into the afternoon and evening, but the bulk of the moisture stays to our southeast here. The clouds, yes, they will be holding tough tomorrow night into our Saturday morning, so I'm afraid we will start off with a bit of a gloomy start for your weekend, and these clouds may be difficult to get out of here until the afternoon. Now, having said that, we could see a few breaks in there, but Sunday will be the better day. Moisture very limited here, probably a tenth of an inch of rain or less, easy for me to say with this event. Tonight, upper 30s to low 40s before the clouds spill back in here. We're going to throw in a 20% chance for some showers here during the course of our Friday. Temperatures back into the 50s. A light and variable wind, if anything, becoming northeasterly with time. So low 50s in Memphis, upper 50s in Hattiesburg. For us, about 55, 56, 57 degrees. As we get into early next week, this is going to be the system that we will have to watch. A cold front, some upper level energy, a better chance for some heavier rain and even a few thunderstorms here as we get into Tuesday and Tuesday night and Wednesday as that system moves on through here. Cooler air behind it. The jet stream will become southwesterly. That tends to give us some active weather around here. Whenever we see that pattern set up, that means we could see some interesting weather. And of course, we'll keep watching that for a really late Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday. Some heavier rain, maybe some storms. But this first system coming in tomorrow night, not really a lot of moisture, more bark than bite. But your Sunday is looking really good. We've just been talking about the chance for grilling, I guess. Are you doing anything outdoors on Sunday? Still looking great.
It is. Looks good.
Great looking weekend.
I've got some chores I need to do Sunday, so.
But are you grilling? Because we had that conversation earlier, too.
Probably so. I've got a gift card for some food, so I think I'm going to cash it in.
Okay, I'll bring the barbecue sauce.
Ooh.
We've got some good barbecue sauce
Okay,
in the
yes.
house made
Bring
by
it
a
on
family
over.
member.
There you go.
All right, one by AHS India making moves and taking his talents to the next level. Signing season continues in sports. Next.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Mississippi State women's basketball, 7 games in the books and almost to the halfway point in SEC play. Heading into tonight's game against Auburn, State with only 1 conference loss. A huge key this season for the Bulldogs, the team's bench, specifically in these last 3 games. Against Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt, the Dogs bench averaging 29 points per game, singling out one bench player with consistent performances, freshman guard Aaliyah Matharu. In back-to-back performances against Vanderbilt and Ole Miss, Matharu averaging 12.5 points, 2.5 boards, and 2.5 steals coming off the bench for MSU. State head coach Vic Schaefer crediting Matharu for being a consistent playmaker in the Dogs' offense.
She never met a shot she didn't like, and sometimes we have to teach her shot selection and when. You know, she can get a lot of her shots anytime she wants it. It's getting it when we want it and where we want it from. But, you know, she's like any other kid that's, you know, she's full of confidence. She thinks she can beat anybody one-on-one. The other piece is can you defend anybody one-on-one, and that's been the struggle for her, as it is with every freshman for the most part.
If you're looking to catch the game between MSU and Auburn tonight and can't make it out to the Humphrey Coliseum, that game will be at 7 p.m. You can watch that over on the SEC Network streaming service. Over in Oxford, a big game coming up for the Rebel women hosting first-ranked South Carolina. Ole Miss still without an SEC win. Tip-off at 7 p.m. also on the SEC Network streaming service. The men, on the other hand, they don't get back to work until Saturday, bright and early for Ole Miss. That game at 11 a.m. against 22nd-ranked LSU. The Rebels falling just short in double overtime the other night to 16th-ranked Auburn. We'll have to wait and see if they can pull off the upset for win number 2 in the SEC. And when that finishes up, you can head over to either the Humphrey Coliseum, but if you can't make it, then ESPNU to watch the Bulldog men host Tennessee. The Dogs coming off that huge win on the road against Florida just the other night. And of course, if you missed the action, you can always tune in here to catch those highlights for you on WCBI Sports. For those looking to actually attend the women's game tonight at the Humphrey Coliseum for MSU Auburn, you'll have to find another way to park because due to a burst water pipe, MSU wants you to be aware of some important parking information. Lakeview Drive will be closed from George Perry Street to News Park. MSU is asking that fans take alternative routes to get to their desired parking destinations. A portion of Lakeview Drive will be accessible for those with reserved parking. However, Lot BB, admin, and ADA parking will have to take Lakeview off Bailey Howell Drive from the south. Free parking will also be accessible using Zacharias Village off Bailey Howell and Barnes & Noble off Bar Avenue. In gridiron action, Itawamba AHS defensive lineman QJ Schumpert signs to continue his football career at Hines Community College. Schumpert was the anchor of the D-line on one of the best Indians teams in school history. This past season, Schumpert recording 38 total tackles and 5 forced fumbles. To Schumpert, the Bulldogs were a perfect fit.
A great school, man. Fell in love with the school, went down there for a visit, and everything I want they offer. It's a 4-man front. I get a lot of one-on-one activity, and I can't be blocked one-on-one.
QJ becomes the latest Schumper to take their talents to college football. Relatives Jamal plays for ICC, and Ashton is a former Mississippi State Bulldog. I would like to say I'm surprised, guys, but I'm not, because we know the football talent's always so good. We have so many signings. A lot of signings coming up next week because National Signing Day is quickly approaching.
Right, yeah.
Yes, always a hectic day around these parts.
Oh, yeah, I'm mentally preparing myself. Now I'm going to do some warm-ups, getting ready to run around the state of Mississippi for all those.
All right, we'll bring cookies so you'll have a sugar rush.
I appreciate that.
Coffee.
Do it.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
We don't want you to miss a thing. So, if you missed watching The Bold and the Beautiful today, we will be re-airing today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful at 1 a.m. Make sure to set your DVR. And but even if you miss, you can catch up the next time.
You can.
I've found that out about.
Am I dating myself? And I remember when The Bold and the Beautiful actually started. It debuted back in the 80s, I think.
You are dating yourself, but I remember
those.
too.
Yeah,
I did
see?
too.
It was good back then. Probably still the same now.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't relate to that.
You weren't even born.
Good night.